Like, hey, where you at now? Why ain't you saying something now? You hollered at me 5 times on the side during the interview.
He don't give a shit. He don't give a shit.
Now, that goes
24/7.
That goes well
At
at
LSU.
LSU.
All right.
Work for Saban. They can't get Saban. Get one of his disciples who hates Alabama and
Where does Brian Kelly end up? Boosters are stupid. They get excited. They want people. He spoiled them.
Okay.
They were nobody when he got there.
Okay,
he spoiled them.
Wait a second. Listen to this press conference. Dabo Sweeney is announced the head coach at LSU. Folks. And guess what? On the
All right, guys, welcome to Fully Loaded, episode 71. Chris Carter, Sean Mike, how you doing, bro?
Very good. Very good.
Good to hear. Another outstanding weekend of National Football League. So I want to start with...
Don't forget college football, man.
I'm sorry.
Hey.
National football and college football. You're very excited right now.
But listen, that's like not introducing yourself. Because college
That's
football,
not as bad as not introducing myself.
College football is obviously in the last several years they found some money. Remember how poor they used to be?
Well, they ain't poor anymore.
And now, man, they got this buyout thing, which is going to cause a problem. I'm going to let you go back to the top, but eventually you run out. They won't run out of money because they're printing money in college football.
Correct.
And they have been for years. But you will run out of good coaches.
Correct.
Okay? Because at no time in the history of college football was the opportunity to be available that, hey, if you wanted to, you could coach Penn State. Oh, no, I don't want Penn State. That's not good enough. Oh, okay. You want to be on the West Coast? You can go to UCLA. You can get the UCLA job. No. I want to be a little more rugged. Okay, well, come back. We can go to Arkansas. That's the SEC. No, that's not enough. I want some big time. Well, you can go to Florida. The people that... Oh, I don't have to go there. You can go to LSU. Wait.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was never like that.
Ever.
Mm-mm.
Ever. Auburn might be open. Auburn, if they don't make one play there against Arkansas on Saturday,
who's not good from an SEC standpoint.
No, they got a rough schedule coming down. I mean,
Hugh Freeze can go back to Liberty is where he's going to go.
And guess what? Those guys that decide to take these jobs, guess what? They have to be replaced.
Right. Chip Kelly gets fired. That's not when we talk about these buyouts. The NCAA's always had money. They weren't crying poverty, right? The college football, the NCAA prints motherfucking money.
Well, no, they couldn't pay the kids.
Well, they wouldn't pay the kids. They could pay the kids.
Well, yeah, but that's when they were crying to be. No, we don't have no way we can do revenue sharing. There's no way we can.
That is legalized, organized crime, the NCAA. So they didn't pay anybody. But how, as a business person, I'm reading Chip Kelly's say by the second, by the minute, by the.
Not Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly.
My bad. Chip Kelly. Brian Kelly. My bad. Sorry. Chip Kelly's good. He's in the NFL. My bad. Brian Kelly.
Yes.
The LSU guy.
Yes.
Is this going to happen forever? Are college coaches going to be able to continue to walk in and go, I'll be here, but this is what you're going to pay me this ungodly amount of money if you fire me?
Yes, because they're going to be pimped out by the coaches now and the agents, because every guy that likes his situation, guess what? You go to your athletic director. Hey, man, I need a substantial buyout and an extension. Okay, let me give it to you.
So there's a lack of good coaches.
Excuse me?
Supply and demand. There's a lack of good college coaches for them to be able to do this shit. There's not 100 guys sitting around that can take the LSU job.
There's not 10 guys.
Damn.
There's not 10 guys worth paying over $10 million. And then the part we're not talking about either is you have to buy out the rest of the staff. Brian Kelly's buyout's $54 million.
Buy out everybody else too? OC, DC, all those guys get bought out?
Yes.
I thought it was just the head coach.
No. Like you're talking about a $75 million,
business.
And
That's
then now put that on top of a new coach, another $50 million. They signed him from Notre Dame. They signed him to.
I know.
Wait a second. When he left Notre Dame, he said Notre Dame was holding him back. That's why he couldn't get in the national.
He's been holding LSU back.
So they signed him to a 10-year, $100 million deal. Now his biggest problem was the previous 3 coaches that were there. They all, Myles, Saban, Orgeron, they all won a national championship in their 4th year.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the precedent that he was up against.
Okay.
And very few teams can put that type of pressure on you. Now, he failed on day number 1 with that fake accent
that was weird.
on the press conference and everything. It lets you know what you were getting into.
That was weird. Yeah.
But you can't go down there and fake it. So my man, the guy that's got supposedly the best situation, but it's going to become the worst situation is Lane Kiffin.
Why has it become the worst situation?
Because he's got to finish what he's doing at Ole Miss.
Okay.
Like, this is the first ranked opponent that he's beaten on the road since he's been there.
Right.
So you're talking about James Franklin. Remember, there's a James Franklin type of stench to that. Like, okay, if you take him now to Florida, is he still going to be able to beat the Alabama and the Georgias?
Do you think is he leaving?
You have to.
Why do you have to?
Because you cannot win a national championship at Ole Miss.
There's not enough money.
I don't know if there's not enough money. I don't think you can put enough players, and especially the whole portal and everything and the revenue sharing, it zapped everybody's depth.
Okay. But why can't
I'm just going to show you. He's playing with a D3 quarterback that he found and he made into something.
Okay.
If you're in Florida, you don't settle for a D3. Okay.
Yeah.
Like if you're at LSU, you don't sell the type of lineman that you can get in the state.
So because of the university, because of the program, because of the history, guys, you're always going to get all those dudes at Florida, LSU, Alabama,
they're just bigger
Georgia.
In the landscape of college football and the towns that those colleges are in are going to generate. Like Baton Rouge is a hell of a college town compared to Oxford, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Gainesville's a hell of a college town. Just won college basketball national championship. Like, they are going to throw some resources at that. They have all new facilities at Florida now. Like, we have a robust NIL.
Where's he going to go?
LSU.
Really?
LSU, the tradition of it and the whole home field advantage. And I think the local talent and his ability to work with quarterbacks, I think his whole stick goes better at LSU.
Okay.
I believe people are going to say Florida, but the LSU thing, to me, LSU's a better job to me. Just marginally, but it's a better job.
And a better fit for Lane Kiffin, you believe?
Yeah, I believe he's quirky enough and he understands, especially being in Oxford, and he's got a hatred for Alabama, and he says funny things about Kirby Smart because that's about Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart losing weight. Now, I locked him in the press conference. He didn't look like. And Lane Kiffin, the star linebacker for Oklahoma, is talking trash to him during the game.
Yeah.
So Lane Kiffin's doing his press conference on the field interview after the game. And the guy was right there. And Lane's like, hey, where are you at now? Why ain't you saying something now? You hollered at me 5 times on the side during the interview.
He don't give a shit.
Now, that goes
24/7.
That goes well at LSU. All right. Work for Saban. They can't get Saban. Get one of his disciples who hates Alabama. And
where does Brian Kelly end up?
One of those jobs. Nebraska's coach ends up going to Penn State. He goes to Nebraska, something like that. Wisconsin fires their coach. I believe more in the North.
So the defensive coordinator that's under Kelly gets bought out too. He gets paid until he takes a job. And if he takes a job, his pay's done. Same with Kelly. How's that work? So Brian Kelly goes and coaches Nebraska next year. LSU done paying him?
They have I know James Franklin, his contract became a little more public. So they do have, James Franklin has to try to pursue a broadcasting or a professional college job. He's made it known. I'm going back to coaching. This is what I do. So he has a offset.
Okay, so the portion he gets, they're still going to throw him some money though.
Yeah, they owe him I think $8 or $9 million a year. For 5 years.
Crazy.
6 years, yeah.
I could not imagine running a company where you leave and I just give you all the kind of money.
This one, I'm getting ready to hire them and pay them the highest amount of money. I'm getting ready to pay them, I'm going to pay them, put them in the Ryan Day, Kirby Smart, Dabo Sweeney, $13 million-ish
Yeah.
I only got to pay $5 because these knuckleheads over here at Penn
You pay
State.
the rest. Exactly. That's your guy right there.
Yes.
It's like when you got a baseball guy. It's like that movie Moneyball. When like, no, David, the Yankees are paying you to not play with them and play against them. I'm only paying you a couple million. They paying you the rest.
Yes.
Don't get excited, dude. I got a hell of a deal with you. So, all right. Well, hey, since you brought, what's going to happen with Dabo Swinney and Clemson?
They better stick with Dabo.
Do you think they're not going to? I agree with you.
How you going to get better than Dabo Swinney?
I don't know. Boosters are stupid. They get excited. They want people.
Man, that was
he spoiled them.
Okay.
They were nobody when he got there.
Okay,
he spoiled them.
Wait a second. Listen to this press conference. Dabo Swinney is announced the head coach of LSU. Folks. And guess what? On the transition, guess what he says? Hey, you know something? He's born again.
No doubt.
Hey guys, I've had an awakening. I'm going to participate in NIL and I'm going to participate in the portal.
Yeah.
Because the people told me, demanded it.
Correct.
Oh, okay. How much better is Dabo Swinney with the portal?
It's apples and oranges. It's not even close.
And if Florida don't get Lane Kiffin, if Dabo Swinney's available, that's a hell of a press conference. You got a real winner in town.
Got it. Where's Franklin go?
This is what I believe can be. I believe that Vanderbilt is real. You need to watch them.
I did watch them, but they are real.
Their head coach is a great candidate to leave. Yeah. James Franklin come back to Vanderbilt.
Really? Pick
up the program right where it is because he left it in a good place.
Yeah.
This guy's got it in a good spot.
That's the crazy thing, too, man. You get a Vanderbilt, you get a guy like that, you get a few years, you know he's gone.
Andrew, I pulled that one out of my butt.
You know. you know he's gone. You know they're gone, man. Yeah. All right. Thank you for that. College football, you're very excited. Really excited.
Episode 71, that was the introduction.
You were so excited. Episode 71, college football. All right. So the Patriots, 6-2. They beat the lowly Browns 32-13. Myles Garrett had 5 sacks. What a hell of a day. But his team is still where they are. Garrett became the third player in NFL history to have 10 or more sacks in 8 consecutive seasons, joining Reggie White and John Randall.
Both my teammates.
Both your teammates.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that's what they got in Nexus. They got Chris Carter in common.
Wow.
It's the third 4-sack game in Browns history. So Gabriel stats for the game, 21-35 through 450 yards, 4.5 per, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Do you think we're going to be hearing about is Shedeur Sanders going to play? If Gabriel stays healthy the rest of the year, is he going to be playing football, quarterback for the Browns?
Well, this is the thing now. Watching yesterday's game was sad.
Yeah.
Because very seldom ever, and I always tell people this, and I always preach this, and very seldom do you ever see it in pro sports that the best players are not on the field.
Okay.
Like very seldom. Like very seldom do you ever do you see it. And in this situation, it's hard for me to believe that Shedeur Sanders is not better than what I've seen from Dillon Gabriel.
And why can't we see him on the field?
Because there must be something going on behind the scenes when they selected him, that being a power struggle, because you would have thought in one of these games that they would have given Shedeur some type of reps or some type, because you don't hurt anything. Last year, Carolina's number 1 pick in the draft, he was struggling. Guess what they did? They benched him, reset it, put him on the bench a couple weeks, then brought him back in. Like a Dillon Gabriel, what has he done that he can't even get the same treatment that a first pick in the overall draft got? That he would be benched, let him sit over here, because every NFL locker room I've ever been at, every coach stood at the podium when he talked to the team, the best players are going to play. I don't care who's making the most money.
Right.
I don't care who was drafted. I don't care who was free agents. Once we roll the ball out there, the best players are going to play. And in Cleveland, that can't be the case. Now, if they have some hidden plan to say, okay, at the beginning, when we trade away Flacco, we're going to give this guy 6 or 8 games. We're going to give him a half a season. And then we're going to see about Shedeur. But in the back of our mind, also hoping that, we should see Deshaun Watson if he's healthy. Because to me, that's what I would break the season up into. I would break it up into 5-game seasons. Dylan Gabriel will get 5. I would try to give Shedeur 3 to 5. And then after that, Deshaun Watson should be healthy. I'm going to see, because I'm paying him. So regardless if he sits over there or not, I'm going to pay him the same amount of money.
And it's got to be better than Gabriel's playing now. It's impossible not to be. He still can play the game of football.
So for me, I look at the general manager and the head coach's face when they selected Shedeur after passing on him for 4 rounds and drafting a quarterback. I look at that face that he had, and then now, subsequently, what they're doing with him as the backup with a guy who is awful. Like, they have no chance to win an NFL game. And so you have a responsibility to all the other players.
Correct.
Like, we watched a legendary performance by Myles Garrett yesterday, but we had to watch a dirtbag performance by a quarterback because they're on the same team.
Correct.
And let me tell you something. Myles Garrett, it takes unusual sports character to be one of the most elite at your job and go do your job at an elite level and not complain about the subordinate shit you got to get on the bus with.
Correct.
Because there is nothing in common about them.
Dude, you have 5 sacks in a single game.
That's a career
in the National Football League.
That's a career for
Yes. And you're not screaming, yelling at anybody that's ever talked shit about how he carries himself, because that's a great freaking point. Dude, as a human being, how do you do that?
It's people think, if I'm making that kind of money, I won't complain. Yes, you will.
No.
People complain all the time. People make billions and complain.
And he wants to win.
And it's the same amount of hard work it takes to win and lose.
Yeah.
But what we say in football, you get paid off, not at the paycheck. You get paid off by winning. That's the payoff. That's the payoff for all this hard work is you get the win. Because everybody gets paid. It's not winner takes all. Everyone gets paid. So to be able to see that, I don't know if Cleveland had all the first round draft picks, all 32 of them. And you let the rest of the league start at round 2, that Cleveland, they couldn't build a juggernaut.
They still could fuck it up.
They couldn't build a juggernaut.
All 32. Give them the first 1 through 32 picks.
Guess what? Myles Garrett said, hey, trade me. No, we're not going to trade you. That would have changed the franchise.
It would have.
No, you're stuck here with us.
Yeah.
Because we're going to screw this up.
Going nowhere. You're on this ship.
They would have screwed up all those picks of Myles Garrett. Like they did themselves a favor, but something happened
by not having the picks because they would have screwed them up.
Yes. But something's got to happen. These guys make billions in these other industries, and then they come over here, and then they can't run a football team.
Well, let me be clear, dude. When you look at a lot of the owners, and I'm not going to go owner by owner by owner by owner because I've read a lot about it lately. Dude, don't get confused that a lot of them, just because you had the money doesn't mean you operated the business. It doesn't mean you ran the business necessarily. And also, if it was before you, it doesn't mean you ever operated it. No. There is building your own from the ground up, operating your own, and then there's inheriting your money. And also, dude, making money in a different industry is not, it's the National Football League.
Listen, I don't care if you inherit it. I don't care if you build it up in all these other businesses. But this football business, this is what I can guarantee you. Take a list of your employees, of all your businesses, Fortune 500, private businesses, stock, public or private. None of them, the employees, look like the 53-man roster in the NFL.
I agree with that.
Okay.
100%.
None of them look like that. Correct. And these are football decisions. So typically when they get involved in the football decisions.
But why do they get involved in the football decisions?
Because they've been successful.
Okay.
And because I own the building.
Okay.
I own the logo. I bought it.
I would agree with all that.
Hey. I bought it.
I agree with that. Okay. And I hear what you're saying. But also, they bought other businesses that they said, I don't know. I bought this trucking company. I bought this train. I don't know that business. You do. You make the decisions. I'll own them over here. But it's football. And wait a minute.
Guess what? It's also Monday, It's also Tuesday.
It's all 100%.
We're talking about it every day.
But you get
the
to,
limelight.
I don't care. You take dudes that I can never, ever get down on that field on really any level. No disrespect to anybody.
Right now, no, wait a second.
Now
let me stop you right there. I don't care if you have, because I have met some really, and I'll take the Vikings general manager.
Yeah.
He has a total finance, Wall Street type background. I have sat down with him. He's got brilliant ideas. He's very, very quirky, very, very different. But he knows the lane for which the information.
Correct. That's why they're successful.
Yes.
That's why they're successful. You got to know your lane. Stay in your lane. It's not, but all of a sudden, I get the football, and it's so exciting, it's so intoxicating, it's so alluring. I got to get involved. I got to get out of my lane and get in your lane. And then you're like, you can't tell them to get back in their lane because they own it.
Who does Baltimore play on Thursday on a short week?
The damn Miami Dolphins.
Oh.
They're Butterbean Jr.
Oh, you'll be up there.
I will be up there watching the Ravens beat the living shit out of the Dolphins. I'll be in the East end zone.
So Lamar's like, you know something, I'm going to chill. My boy, he got this week. Huge win by Baltimore. Yeah. Like their season's over if they don't win this game.
Agreed. And I thought they were going to have a tough time winning that game.
Huge win. Yeah. Chicago's won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
They smacked them. Now, that's what I call an institution win. Because what they do from an ownership, general manager, head coach, the way they support their players, like there's no way they're going to win this game. They got too many guys hurt. The quarterback, he get called out the last minute. He's not coming back. They beat Chicago. Yeah. Chicago had won 3 in a row. Chicago was flying high.
I thought Chicago would win.
That's why it's NFL's crazy.
I bet a lot of money that Chicago was going to win, and they did not.
But because Baltimore knew, hey guys, we got to win this game. Mm-hmm. And they pulled it together, and the best performance of the season. The Bills saved their season. Now they're on a 2-game win streak with the Dolphins Thursday. You know what he does against the Dolphins, man.
That's going to be ugly.
He always has a career day against them coming back to the crib.
Thursday night. Yeah, man.
That's why he didn't play.
I know.
Yeah.
Why not? All right. Texans 3-4 beat the Niners 26-15.
Mm-hmm.
CJ Stroud 30 for 39, 318 yards, couple touchdowns. Mac Jones 19-32, 193 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception. What do you think about where and you talked about Houston still you like CJ Stroud? Team?
Well, because their defense, first of all, they got a top 5 defense in the NFL.
McCaffrey didn't have a big day, that's for sure.
And they are going to be, especially in that division that they're in, they're going to be in a lot of games just because of that. And then now the franchise quarterback, CJ Stroud. When you switch coordinators, you put him in a different system, and then you see his overall ability as a pure passer, anticipation. He was one of the best young throwers that we saw coming into the league. He's been in the AFC Championship game the last 2 years. All right. So he's won playoff games, but you see they're less dependent upon him, and the less they protect him, his decision making and his ability to throw the football has gone down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so important to have early success, but you need to protect the quarterbacks. They were able to protect him yesterday, which they haven't been able to do the last 2 years. And that's why it's been a roller coaster on his performance. But he truly is one of the elite quarterbacks that we have in the league. But it lets you know, even a couple good seasons, this league is hard to play quarterback consistently at. And watch Houston.
Right.
Watch that offensive line. You cannot continue to let young quarterbacks continue to have pressure, especially through the middle of the offensive line. But great performance by him, throwing over 300 yards against that San Francisco defense.
Christian McCaffrey has 490 yards in last 8 games, 3.5 yards per attempt. Is he just injured? What do you think about Christian McCaffrey? He on the downside of this career? What do you think?
Who are the wide receivers now?
Mm-hmm.
They've lost a lot of good players.
Mm-hmm.
They've aged right before our eyes. And he might be a half a step, but it's a lot easier to play offensive football when you have all those weapons.
Other dudes, yeah.
You can fake it to Dabo and then hand it to him. You can throw screen passes to him. They had a deep passing game, intermediate passing game. Kittle's still playing at a high level, but not a lot of other weapons around him. So they can key on him more now than any other time in his career that he's been at San Francisco.
Okay. Chargers 37-10 over your Vikings. Chargers are now 5-3, Vikings 3-4. Justin Herbert 18-25, 227 yards, 3 touchdowns. Lad McConkey, top receiver. So when you look at let's talk about both teams. What do you see? The Chargers at 5-3 and the Vikings at 3-4.
The Chargers are where I thought they would be in the second year with Harbaugh. It's a very good win for them. They annihilated the Vikings. They did what they wanted to do. Herbert got the offense started with his legs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's when you're sitting there and you see this kid 6'5" for Oregon, and then you see Tua at 6 foot for Alabama, and it's like, how can this guy be better than this guy? Like, we've only had a couple. We only had a couple guys at that size, being Drew Brees, Steve Young, like at that height, and he's not their height.
Mm-hmm.
He might be a little shorter than them. Compared to Herbert, we had a bunch of dudes that height, prototype height, successful.
But why do people
haven't had a bunch? Had a bunch.
Then why do people fall for it? Why?
They always know more. They always know more, and they always do not look at the obvious. The NFL, Dylan Gabriel, the NFL is not a game for small people. Not for a long time.
No, unless you're kicking a ball. You want to kick a ball, that's about it.
Listen. There's a rumor that at the Hall of Fame that the bust, that they talk at night.
Okay.
At the home, in the enshrinement, in the room.
Okay.
There's not a lot of small people in there.
No. There are not a lot of small people in the Hall of Fame.
It's a lot of big dude, big mup. Like, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's a few guys. There's a few Barry Sanders. Yeah, there's Devin Hester. Yeah, Steve Largent. There's a few of them. Darryl Green. There's a few of them. But not a lot, bro. Not a lot.
Why are you betting on such a long shot? You know statistically that these little dudes aren't. Even a kid in Arizona, man. Like, come on.
You marginalize what type of career they can have based on their stature.
Yeah, correct.
Like, and you could be like, okay, yeah, Drew Brees is silly. Drew Brees is not in the Hall of Fame, but Drew Brees will be the only guy there.
Yeah.
So you get ready to base a career after
one dude.
30,000 players have played this game.
One dude.
350 million people have played this game from Little League all the way up through college and pro football. 350 million. So you're getting ready to base a pro career, or you're getting ready to make a franchise around one playing.
Correct.
Drew Brees goes into the Hall. He's on the ballot this year for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
He'll go in 2026 this summer with my boy Larry Fitzgerald.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make a business plan based on one guy's career.
1 in 350 million. But they do it. It's mind-boggling.
You're a numbers guy, man. Run the numbers.
I am a numbers guy. My quarterback will be big. He will be tall.
Why? Because he will
look like a prototypical motherfucker that's gotten it done. I'm going to bet on the odds. That's what I'm going to do. I love y'all, but I'm going to do it. All right, Broncos, we already talked about them real quick. What do you think, though, when you look at Dak Prescott?
The Vikings got problems.
Vikings have got problems. They're injured, too, but they got problems.
The Vikings got problems. Yeah. And because the guy who they're waiting to get healthy, they don't even know if he's the answer to the question. Right, J.J. McCarthy.
Do you think he's the answer?
I think because of the sum of the missing parts. If we can get him started, because the excellent personnel and the coaching, but Ryan Kelly, the center, man, he's had a couple of concussions in several weeks. Big free agent coming over from Indianapolis, all-pro player. Concussions. Left tackle struggle. Right tackle is out. O'Neal, he's been out for several weeks. Like, and then now you're talking about an ankle to a guy who's you're going to utilize his athleticism.
Run, yeah.
And they got a brutal schedule, bro.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. All right, Broncos 6-2, beat up on the Cowboys 3-4-1. Prescott 188 yards, 2 interceptions. Cowboys are now 1-4 on the road. Are the Cowboys got any shot at making the playoffs?
They do have a shot because you're not going to face the top 5 defense the way they faced in Mile High. That's not going to be their circumstance.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's hard to take a team that is, what's their record on the road?
They're 1-4. Yeah. When you answer a question, you know you're screwed. Because they will be on the road. They would be on the road, yeah.
It's just hard to, that defense is so bad.
Yeah.
And the problem is, okay, coming down the stretch, who's Washington? Like, what are they really? And what are the Giants without Scatterboo? Who are they? So they might get in the playoffs, but who would be excited about going to the playoffs at 9-7-1?
Yeah.
8-8-1.
And then
sell some tickets for that.
Get whacked. Yeah.
On the road somewhere.
On the road. All right. So his overall player in my lifetime is Deion Sanders. The greatest pure wide receiver was Randy Moss. And the greatest hands I've ever seen was Chris Carter. Chris regularly blew people's minds with his great catches. What a player.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Wow. He didn't say nothing else. That was good. It's a great comment. Very concise. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. AK Preacher 1. Here we go, Uncle Tony. Greatest We're your number 1 fan. First, thank you, Sean, for the super sweet gear. By the way, I've turned on several people on my job to the podcast as well. I told them to like and subscribe. Thank you. Question, Chris, can you explain how the NFL salary cap works and what they mean when they say it's against the salary cap? Oh, no, when they say when they say against the salary cap.
Right. That's basically the prorated money from the signing bonus. Say you get $10 million to sign.
Okay.
And you sign a 2-year deal. That's prorated. So the signing bonus is $5 million hitting in the first year.
Okay.
$5 million hitting in the second year. You happen to get cut in the second year, $5 million is against the cap, even though you don't have the player.
Got it.
So it's just a number, just an allocation off of the 200 and something million cap that you're not going to have available. So they say it's against the cap. That part's against the cap without the asset, the player.
Got it. Okay. Andre Oates, 8405. Yo, CC, the Dolphins deserve what they got. They had a great coach in Brian. That team was together, tough, ready to play. Brian called out Tua, knew that he had flaws, had a weak arm, could not get the ball down the field, and was injury prone. He did not want Tua to be a starting quarterback, but somehow he got the coach fired, and Tua got a big payday and a starting job. He must have fooled everybody in the Dolphins front office, but Brian called it a long time ago. The Dolphins deserve exactly what they got. Eggman quarterback, 1 year away from retirement.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people understand this game of football. Like,
right.
feel like that power struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your name, Flores, he thought there was a way to develop him, and the way to develop him was to be tougher on him, like Saban was.
Right.
That's when he was at his best, when he was under Saban. And he was trying to do that. He wasn't trying to ruin the kid.
Correct.
He was trying
him up.
But he's not that way. Tua and him, they don't speak the same language.
But in Alabama, Tua couldn't go. There was no power struggle. It was Nick Saban. So it didn't matter how Nick treated you. You went and figured it out.
Listen, ever since Tua has started talking, his overall likability.
He was a lot more likable.
There's people that start talking, it's like, somebody like them. Soon he dude telling on people.
That is true.
And I called the team meeting and the guy
nobody showed up.
Because don't nobody respect your little butt, man.
And they know you're little and you can't be able to play. They get it.
And they know they can't say nothing against you because you got $200 million guaranteed.
Yeah, you sure do.
And you already got one coach fired.
Yeah. He'll be careful.
Why would I say something?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But on Thursday, the Ravens are going to annihilate. Bad. Trev TT. Chris, do you think Duran's CFL success could have transitioned to the NFL? He was amazing to watch.
No, he wasn't good enough.
No, he wasn't good enough. Okay. The real Oswald
That's
Williams.
My son. He's talking about Duran, my son.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't good enough.
I know what he's talking about.
Oh, okay. I was just, but a lot of people that watch the show, they might not understand. Like, that's my son. But it don't matter.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You being honest?
Yeah, he's in the CF. That's where,
And
that's where,
by the way,
pretty good football players go.
that's where really good football players go. When 350 million of them strap them on from the age of whatever. Only a handful of them go.
Man, played 6 years there. Yes.
Okay. The real Oswald Williams. Dolphins might as well hire Coach Prime. What's your take on them hiring Coach Prime?
Ooh, man. If Coach Prime, if he was having some health ailments, man, the Dolphins would kill him.
Yeah.
I know he wants to get to
stay in Colorado.
I know he wants to get to Florida, but not that bad. Not for a
You wouldn't wish
gravesite.
that on anybody.
Not for a gravesite. No.
That's definitely.
If you have a couple more Saturday nights like he had in Colorado, he might be looking for somewhere to go.
But it still shouldn't be the Dolphins.
No, not the Dolphins.
They had a tough Saturday, bro. Yeah. Adam Lynch, 69-54. Flores was not a good coach. The numbers don't lie.
Look at the numbers. He wasn't a losing coach. Look at the numbers. You tell me what the numbers are. You put Kim in the comments. Come back with the numbers next week, what they were, because I remember that when they fired him, and it was unjustified.
Got it. Harold,
the coach also, the owner also offered him $100,000 for every game that he lost. He was trying to tank. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. He said no. Yeah. Harold J, 1371. Michigan beat the national championship team with an 8-4 team that couldn't throw a forward pass at Ohio State. The host needs to do more research. Michigan will not beat. He's talking about me. The Michigan will not beat Ohio State this year. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I love that Chris got to play it all down the middle. We all have to. And ain't
no, I don't have to play.
Ain't nobody gonna. No. But I mean, you have to respect them and say, I get it. It's a rivalry. I don't understand the rivalry. I'm not going to motivate anybody by my comments. Michigan has got no chance to beat Ohio State. I've watched them both play this year. Ohio State's obnoxiously better, unless something happened so dramatic that it was God. Like, I can't even tell you Michigan's not going to be. I know they beat him that game. I'm telling you that I stand behind what I said. He can chum the waters up. I'll jump in with the fucking Sharks if Michigan beats Ohio State.
This is not.
Period.
This is
end of story.
We just got done talking about my son. Okay.
I know we did.
So the Michigan-Ohio State thing. Michigan has enough good players, all right, to make it a very good game. Then these kids, man, these kids are not professionals, dog. Like, so this is not just Michigan, Ohio State. This is Alabama, Auburn. This is UCLA, USC. Like, this is Oregon State. Like, we have seen this through the years. Like, in these games, kids puke on themselves. Okay? They're kids. So stop.
I didn't say nothing else.
And they make a lot of mistakes, and they allow the other team, because the rivalry, everyone wants to pull the upset. Everyone wants to beat Big Brother. Everyone wants to do that. So in these, I've been in a lot of them. So in that, I know that if Wisconsin and Michigan are the same teams, I'm going to give Michigan more respect because of the rivalry, and I know what their kids are going to play like on that day. I still got respect for Wisconsin, but they are not Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And they never will be Michigan. So the game is in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State has a quarterback that hasn't played in the game. Michigan has a quarterback never played in the game also. All right. Will Ohio State be a heavy favorite? Yes. Is Ohio State considerably better than them? Yes. And they were last year. But the game plan that Michigan had, and Michigan had a couple first round, second round draft picks on their defense. Like, the mismatch was in the front line.
Mm-hmm.
And Ohio State's game plan was one of the worst of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, yes, I can see what you're saying. Like, that's what I say about Alabama and Auburn. Auburn does not have a chance against Alabama this year. All right? But there was a few times I saw the miracle in Alabama when they returned the kick and everything.
Uh-huh.
Like, so I've seen enough of these.
I hear you.
So this is no, because I'm a Buckeye.
No, I don't think it's that. I'm just saying I get the respect. And what you said is right. The respect you have for Michigan.
I watch Michigan play every week.
Correct. Yeah, I hear you.
No, I watch them play every week, man. They still got some good players.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they still got some good players.
To me, this Ohio State team, this isn't about this is about Ohio State, not Michigan. This is about Ohio State. You talk about guys that puke on themselves. Ohio State has a lot of dudes
Yes.
to play at the next level.
Yes.
And these kids don't show up and puke on themselves. I'm not saying they don't have some. I'm just saying, like, they have dudes. And I think Day's in a different place. I think there was, as a coach, the coaches that are around him now, too.
I give you that.
I think that's different from me.
That is way different.
I was asking before, like, how long is he going to be around? Is he going to make it if he doesn't win? And you look at, like, you look at the defensive, you look at the Pats old guy, like, you just look at some of them dudes. They are not going to show up with a game plan like that. So,
and
I'm just telling you,
career is not on the line with this job.
No. And dude, I understand if you're a Michigan fan, you got to pull for something because you ain't got shit else to pull for. And I mean, like,
and they won 4 in a row.
Yes, you should be excited, dude. You should defend your
I don't
team.
know if I'd be excited, but
you should.
I'd be saying what I'm saying.
You should be excited for the game. Yeah, try to talk yourself into it. But hey, the greatest thing I ever heard,
because that's the only thing that can save their season,
was the old Hall of Famer Jim Calhoun at a UConn game one day. We sit down and the team there getting ready to play, screaming and yelling. They fired up, and it was one of their old Big East rivals. And I just remember I could hear him. He said, and I know his son real well, great guy. And I heard him, and he said, "Let's see if they're fucking screaming and excited after the fucking game. Let's just give them 2 halves and they're just trying." He said they're trying to talk themselves into it right now. But once this fucking buzzer sounds,
no, you make
bro, it's going to be a problem.
No, Ohio State is good.
So Ohio State is really good. So they really good.
I think they're better than they were last year.
I think so too. Kennedy Jordan, TE2GD. Why slam CW for painting his nails? Rodman painted his nails. I didn't. I know you didn't. You didn't slam him. You just talked about him painting his nails. Rodman, I got to get this. Rodman painted his nails, wore a wedding gown, and won championships and owned the boards for a decade.
He owned the boards, won a championship, then he wore a dress, then he did all that.
Okay.
Fair
enough. CW's too early. He's just too early.
I don't care if you want to wear a dress. I don't care if you want to paint your nails. But you're the first pick in the draft. Dennis Rodman was not the face of the franchise. See, there's a difference between the president, the CEO, and then a person coming in there punching the time clock. There's a big, big difference. All right? Rodman won championship with other guys that weren't doing stuff like that. Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan. Okay? So I like the analogy. You try to pull one guy out of sports history, but the reference, it won't stick. And the reason why is because he is the guy.
Correct. He is the guy.
He is the face of the franchise.
He's the dude.
And trust me, when you go out there to the opening coin toss, and I've been to a lot of them in NFL games, and they're like, okay, you're the visiting team. You have the choice. What are you going to call? What are you going to do? When you flip the coin, who's got the ball? Your nails don't help you one bit. I don't care if you got nails, don't have no nails, they clear, crystal. I could use a little buffing myself. Yeah. Probably going to go with some clear. All right?
No color on there.
No
color.
All right? Now, just because I'm not getting any color don't make me any different than who I am.
Correct.
Mike, but when you're trying to lead people to places that they don't know, sometimes the sacrifices are what you're into is more important than what I'm into. But when you're the quarterback CEO and you do paint your nails, and I don't know what the reason is. Maybe if I sat down with them, I had a great explanation. But your overall appearance is more important than anything else that we're doing.
Which is not, or it can't be.
And we're getting ready to play our 60th Super Bowl. Yeah, a lot of guys won that trophy. I haven't seen one of those guys that was important to them. Not that they didn't have their nails done, but that was important to them.
Correct.
Compared to being the face of the franchise that wins this Lombardi trophy.
All right. RLA 49, CC. Only thing I disagree with is Daboll. He got to go. He's the one who was in charge when Daniel Jones was there. You already said they didn't show him how properly to do film study. You double spoke. Daboll is a terrible head coach. He has lost him at least 2 games this year alone.
I didn't double speak. I told you that Kevin O'Connell and the staff of the Minnesota Vikings, they did something that Daniel Jones that alerted his mind and got him something different than Daboll did. Daboll had great success with Josh Allen. He's had success with other people. Sometimes it's the teacher, sometimes it's the student, sometimes it's both. All right? It's never the curriculum because people are acing the curriculum every single year. So, no, I didn't double speak. I'm telling you what Daniel Jones told me his experience was.
Correct.
Daniel Jones said that. I didn't say that.
No. And you said Daboll, because of Dart's playing pretty well, they won a couple games, Scottaboo, like he's probably going to stay around.
He got the quarterback right this year.
Yeah,
they traded up. They didn't draft Shedeur. They didn't. They went and drafted the kid from Penn State.
Guy.
They had a great draft. They got Scottaboo. They got some players.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I would go with that momentum, and I wouldn't extend him. I would just keep his contract, the current one.
Correct. All right. The fantasy phone studies 8585. Man, this show is off the rockets. One of the best shows out there. Thank you very much. Mr. Billings, 67. Funny as hell, fam. Thank you. Walt Live, Moyes, 6241. Anyone who can play football can play more than one position.
No, that's not true.
Yeah. I don't even understand.
Yeah, that's not true. In football, no.
No, where you play quarterback, you don't play another position. You play running back means you necessarily can play defensive.
The only other position I could have played on offense was quarterback.
Correct.
I could have played quarterback.
Okay. But outside of that, you can take a guard and put him at defensive tackle.
No,
that's the different.
No,
completely.
And there's different traits and different mentality that come with this now.
Correct.
Okay. We're all construction workers, but we got zones now.
Correct. And if you couldn't throw, you wouldn't have played another position on offense. You're like,
only going to be a few of y'all.
Wide receiver. That's it.
All right. I got 20 football.
Get your hat on.
Pass. Okay, no problem. You go over there with the fat boys. No, I'm a quarterback coach. No, you were a quarterback.
Oh, man. All right. Naaman Newbam SW 9RC. Bucks are good, but Mike Evans gone for the season means they are dead.
I don't mean they're dead, but that does hurt.
It does suck.
That
sucks for Baker.
I mean, Mike Evans is a guy, man.
Billy Batson Marvel, last one. 11 weeks towards Coach Gruden time.
In the NFL, no. I don't think he'll get a job in the NFL.
Do you think he's going to get a job in college football?
Oh, yeah, because there's too many of them open.
Yeah.
But
he's done in the NFL.
If I was... Yeah, I think so. And if I was, the way college football is now, I would be more trusting to have him run an NFL stylish program. And he always stays connected to football, and he has the right energy, and you're going to win the press conference. Like, that's important to me. Like, I'm not hiring a guy that, not unless I sense something. And, to me, I spent a lot of time around Tony Dungy. So Tony Dungy said a lot with a low voice, but when he spoke, though, he said something. You knew he was different.
Mm-hmm.
And now in this day and age, that press conference and the energy that you direct from that microphone from the first giddy up becomes very important.
Yeah.
And I think Jon Gruden would galvanize a fan base. And say, for instance, say Lane goes to LSU or goes to
Florida.
Lane would be that would be a great replacement for Lane.
Over to Ole Miss.
Yes.
And Coach Gruden in there.
Yes.
Okay. Well, hey, we appreciate you, Chris. Love you. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for all the knowledge. We'll talk to y'all next week for our next episode. Same place, same time. See y'all.